I'm coming to do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Um, Ratchet Monday. This is season 4. I think we're on episode 4. I think. If that's wrong, it'll be right in the title. Disclaimer: if you hear something, it's Tika. She is like right down here next to me playing with her little toy. Okay, so I actually started work this week. So last night I didn't get off. I didn't get home until late, like really late. So I had already recorded Love and Hip Hop. My hair is just pulled up in a. It's in a. Um, I don't fluff my hair. I already said that. I don't fluff my hair. I may continue to wear it in a puff. I just don't like when you wear it when you wear a puff. Your hair has a tendency to tangle, versus if you just take it and just pin the sides just a little bit. But anyways, y'all know I skip around. So I'm just gonna talk about the things that was like, that I was like, really, come on. Okay, so the first thing, um, we opened up with old girl Cena going to Katie. I'm just gonna talk about the whole situation with them going to Katie office. Okay, now first of all, I was like, Cena, you got so nerve going to this girl office. Y'all, like I said in my first video, I think their little storyline is scripted, really. I really do. I think it's really, really scripted. But anyways, so let's pretend like it's true. You going to this girl office. That's extremely unprofessional. Then you come showing her this tape or whatever with Jock licking your toes and all that stuff. Okay, hey, whatever. So Katie goes to Young Jock, which Young Jock. So you stay with Katie? I mean, yeah. So Katie comes home and Young Jock is there and she's like, oh, I just got something special for you, blase whoop whoop. And she put a little, a little let's get it on outfit on, and y'all, that scene was so fake to me. Even my husband, like I always say, my husband does not watch the show, but he had a very long day also. So when he came pick me up last night for work, he was just getting home himself. So, we were eating, we ate kind of late, or really late. But he was like, this ain't real. He was like, this on stage, this on scripted. Y'all, if you pay attention, she wasn't even hitting him with the belt or whip or whatever she was supposedly hitting him with. She wasn't. I mean, really. Y'all, she wasn't even hitting him. Then she was like kind of laughing. I mean, y'all, I was just like, whatever. Okay, who I want to talk about next? Nico. Nico and his wife. Okay, y'all. First of all, am I the only person who's sitting up here like, Nico, quit lying? Y'all, I just don't believe that. If you pay attention, you can tell that he lying, that it wasn't this whole Mimi was the mastermind and that's how they put out the tape. First of all, his own wife had said, she said that he told her that if, when they was together, when they was homeless and they was sleeping on the streets and all this stuff, when she was telling, giving their little story, she said that he told her that unless things got popping with their music, he was going to start doing porn because he knew he could make a lot of money with it. Now, come on, somebody. Now, I just feel like that's very, that's mighty convenient. Take a move. Sorry, y'all. I feel like that's mighty convenient that you saying that if things ain't going good, if your music ain't doing good, you going to do porn because that's very lucrative. And then all of a sudden, it's a sex tape, but you say you ain't you mastermind me. If you say somebody was the mastermind, that means that that person 100% planned it. You was just an innocent bystander. You didn't give no input on it. You know, you was just complete. You are just completely innocent. And I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't see that. I just don't see it that he is like 100% innocent and Mimi was this big time mastermind, and that's how the damn tape got out. So yeah, I'm not really, you know. Then Nico, if you saying you got you made all this money off of the tape, right? Why you got your? I mean, dang, you could have got your wife no better apartment. I mean, y'all. Now, I'm from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Georgia, so I know, you know, the average prices and all of that stuff. Y'all, I mean, honestly, a decent apartment in a good neighborhood in Atlanta is not no. It's not like you about to pay. Uh, you know, you're not about to pay no $3,000 or $4,000 a month, like just for something that's just, you know, or whatever. Hell, Nico got her apartment looked like a 1 bedroom little piece of nothing. I'm like, couldn't even get no bedspread that fit. Y'all, this dog is getting on my damn nerves down here playing. Anyways, so yeah, I was already like, you know, Nico, you want us to believe that you got so much money and all this here stuff, but yet you got your wife this little, you know, I just wasn't feeling this apartment. Okay, next. Who I want to talk about next? Carly Red and Rashida. Y'all, this is the most scripted mess ever. Because Carly Red said, me and Rashida have been friends for a long time. When this friendship was, did I miss this friendship? I mean, like I said, we are on season 4. I don't remember them ever being friends. Hell, as a matter of fact, it seemed like Carly, last season, every damn season, Carly filming with whoever the hell are filming with her. Like, Mimi and Arian. Like, they are actual friends. I could see Erica and Rashida being friends because Rashida for years was friends with Lil Scrappy. You know, y'all, that's Tika. So I could see Rashida actually being friends because, you know, Erica and Scrappy was together for years. So I could see that. But y'all, I'm not really getting it from Carly Red. So when she talking about, then y'all, what the fuck? What is the purpose of this Jessica Dime girl? Like, seriously, what is her purpose? Like, every time we turn around, Carly just popping her up in random ass situations. Like, first of all, y'all, I know it's a show and half of it is scripted, but let's just be real. If I just had a baby and I don't even know somebody, I just had a baby, I don't even know this person, like, I don't want just a random ass person coming to my house. You know, who does that? So Carly bringing that Jessica Dime girl to Kalina house was like so random and so fake. And you just said, every time you turn around, you say no. The fact that you knew Jocelyn don't have nothing to do with you being on the show. Blase, that's what you say. But that's the only damn storyline you got is, oh, I knew Jocelyn when she was Chanelica Benefort. Like, oh my, Y'all, I'm just past. I'm through. I'm over her. Like seriously. Because honestly, I don't get her purpose. They said the blogs was saying that it was supposed to be another y'all. That's if y'all hear something, it's Tika. She is really playing. The blogs was saying that it's supposed to be another couple on the show, but I guess they not gonna come to later on in the season. I don't know. Okay, so let's get on Kalina and Vic. Like I like I said last season, I was, every video that I made that had them in it last season, I said I did not believe that storyline one bit. Their new storyline is going. I can already tell what it's gonna be. He trying to get a club, but he it's gonna be like, is he cheating? Ain't he cheating? Blase woo woo. Like that's gonna be their storyline. Um, Lord, let me back up because I meant to say this. Am I the only one who, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was telling the truth. But who knew? I mean, let's say she telling the truth. Who knew that Rashida business was $1 million business? Like, hey, kudos to you if that's true. I don't really see I don't see how that can be true when y'all don't have no like y'all financially struggling. And before that's gonna be on next episode. Kurt gonna talk more about how he messed up the money. Y'all, that's something else that I just don't believe because if Rashida is such a boss and she's so in charge of this and she's so in charge of that, like I just don't see her as being the woman who just blindly just lets her husband just run their finances into the ground. I just don't see it. We see Stevie J. We see that he get indicted, which we already knew that. Right, that came out last year, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why, but I have a feeling that it's leaning towards him and Mimi getting back together. Y'all, I don't know why. I don't know. I just have that feeling because it just clearly you can tell that if he said come back to me, she would. Like you can really, really tell that with her. I didn't understand. I don't think it was a good idea for Mimi and Jocelyn to sit down by themselves. I mean, Stevie J was gonna be gone for 30 days. It's not like it ain't like he was actually saying, okay, I'm about to be gone for 2 years. He was gonna be gone for 30 days. I feel like he could have waited until he was done with everything, or he could have tried to do that before he went in to rehab. I just feel like that was setting it up for some BS, having them beat up by themselves. That was a setup for BS. I do understand, that the therapist was pretty much telling him like, hey, in order for you to really get over the drug addiction and stuff that you have, you can't have nothing around you for a year. You don't need to be in a club. Well, he's saying the club, but one would think you don't need to be nowhere where, like alcohol or anything is going to be at. I was feeling that, but I understood what Jocelyn was saying when she said she could try to give everything up for him to help him. But when he tries to control her, she lashes out. And he's like, here she go with this, controlling mess. I don't control her. Y'all, if we go back to season 1, even when everybody was like, oh, they don't like Jocelyn and all this here stuff, like, when people was like, oh, she a home wrecker, blah, 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 blah. If you pay attention, Stevie J has honestly always controlled Jocelyn. Always. It's very clear. You can tell that. Because he used to say little stuff like, I'll send you back to the strip club. He used to say that. And it's like he like she said, he says a lot of my my this, my that. You know, he not really a whole lot of our house, our money. Like he's really a my person. And when you have a man that's like that, or a woman that's like that, you know, you pretty much leaving the other person out, and that is a form of controlling them. So I understood what she was saying. You know, she was pretty much saying like, hey, I will try to do, you know, I will try to do everything I can to try to be there for him, but at the same time, I'm gonna need him not to try to tell me, not to try to control me and make me feel small. Because when he does that, I turn to the bad stuff. So I understood, you know, what she was saying. Okay, y'all, the last thing that I'm gonna talk about is Erica and Lil Scrappy. Now, y'all, that was the biggest joke. Because Lil Scrappy and this lawyer they come slow motion walking them in to Erica's lawyer. First of all, Lil Scrappy lawyer didn't even look halfway professional. Like, I mean, really. And then, like, if you have, I don't have kids, but I have countless of family members that's on child support. It does not matter what damn agreement two people have. It don't. It don't matter if me and you got a little side under the table agreement. If we have a court order, if our court order says that you are to give me $500 a month, okay, you are to send it through child support, or whatever. If it don't matter, you can be giving me $1,000 a month, but if you're not going through the proper channels in the eyes of the court, you're not paying child support. Now I can, sorry y'all, this floats so good. I can, you know, say, well, no, he is paying, he giving it a different way. I'm pretty sure you can do that, but you can't. But that it has to be an understanding. You can't, like, that is why I know guys who, like a friend of mine, you know, he ain't doing it no more. But at first, his son, he was doing. I mean, he had his son when he was a teenager. We was still in high school. He was doing everything for his son. I mean, and his parents was really smart, and they told him, keep all your receipts. Okay, I say his son was about 3 or 4. Oh, sorry, y'all heard something. I say his son was about 3 or 4, and this was when, you know, back in the day, which I'm so happy they changed it. You can't do it now, but back in the day, if I had a child that was 5 and I decided to put you on child support, they would go back and make you pay child support for all 5 years. They don't do that no more. Now, if your child 5 and you just not putting the person on child support, they only gonna start at that point. You know, which is, I feel, is better. But his baby mama, she tried to put him on child support, and she tried to say, oh, he hadn't done nothing for my son his whole life. What she didn't know was he had all his receipts. So when they went to court, he took all the receipts to court. And of course, he won. I mean, he's, you know, of course he was put on child support, but he wasn't made to pay, you know, child support from day one that the child was born. His child support started from the point that she put him on child support, because he had proof that he was paying from the point that the child, you know, he was doing for the child. Okay. And what he did for a little while was, like, if she called him asking him for anything, he was like, no, I pay you child support. I'm doing nothing extra. So I know a lot of guys that do that. Like, the girl, out of spite, putting them on child support. and they go ahead and say, well, hey, I'm on child support. I'm not giving you anything extra. Whatever the court say I need to pay is what I need to pay. Okay. If they do it now he still's on child support. But if his baby mama asks him, for him for something for his son, which his son now is old enough, his son could call him for himself, he'll do it. But that's something on top of the child support that he pays. Regardless of what he do for his son, he still has to pay child support. So that's where it is with Lil Scrappy. Just because you say my daughter don't want for nothing, I do for my daughter, but are you actually going through the proper channels and giving this money how you're supposed to? Because there is a difference between you paying child support and you just getting the child clothes. You just getting the child some toys. Like, there's a big difference. And honestly, I'm grown. A child needs more than just toys. Like, I know, like, some people be like, well, that's child support. I'm not saying take the money and for the mom to take the money and buy hair weaves or nothing, or buy her own self an outfit. But if a mother is a single parent and her light bill is, she don't have a light bill and she get child support, I don't see anything wrong with her saying, okay, well, I'm gonna use some of this child support to go towards the light bill, because that child need lights too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all. I feel like Lil Scrappy thing is what I do. I buy stuff for my daughter, but it's not all necessarily about buying stuff. I mean, that's the truth. It's not all necessarily about buying stuff. Sometimes it is, you need to give the money. And like I said before, you do have people, you do have guys who pretty much don't, they feel like this my baby mama, she ain't gonna never do nothing. She ain't gonna never call the police on me. She ain't gonna never put, she's not gonna do what she's entitled to do. And Erica say that it's been like this for the last 2 years. And I can see Lil Scrappy being not a deadbeat. No, nobody's calling him a deadbeat because he spends time with his child and he buy for his child. But I could see him being one of them type of guys that play the system, like use the system to get over, because he knows that Erica is not going to do anything about it. And to me, if you pay attention to last night's episode, her lawyer asked point blank period, have you paid child support in the 2 years? She was saying, then his lawyer, we don't owe anything. Because he don't want to say he hasn't. He has not actually paid child support. You could tell he has probably just done stuff, But y'all, that's it. I don't think next Monday, I can't remember if I have to work or not. If I don't have to work late, then I'll do the review, Monday and put it on Monday. But y'all, that's it. I do thank y'all for watching. As always, if you subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. If you don't, you just watch the video, thank you very much. I do videos just because I like doing them. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I might just do a random video this week because we don't have any Mary, so I might do a random video, something before next week. But I do thank y'all for watching.